Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about the Peazy fill system, something I've been waiting for a long time. This is designed as a backpack fill system that has minimal air waste. It's going to be perfect for you guys to have a direct fill compressor, and maybe you can't fill one of the big bottles, but you want to be able to get out in the field and go out and at least have one complete full fill and probably another half fill on top of it. This system was designed for you guys. Also, guys that don't want to lug a big heavy bottle out in the field, maybe you're not going to have so many shots, or you just need a nice 580 or 700 cc bottle, this system's going to be perfect for you. So let's go through how to set it up, how to get it on a bottle, and let's talk about what's cool about it. So when you get your box, you're going to look at it. It's going to have this nice little package here, and you're going to open it up, and you're going to see that this comes with a few accessories. First one is going to be an EDgun fill probe. This EDgun fill probe is used to fill the Peazy system exactly the same way as you would fill a gun. You're just going to put your fill probe, whatever hose, or if you have a compressor, that's going to go in here. It's got a one-way valve, so it can fill your tank this way. So it's going to be supplied with an EDgun fill probe, and incidentally, this can also be used on your gun if you choose to use that way. You can see on the back here, just like EDgun's itself, it has a one-way check valve. This check valve is 2.5 metric hex wrench with an O-ring back there, and the tighter you tighten down the screw, the slower it'll fill. It'll come pre-adjusted already, so you shouldn't have to touch it. The other part it's going to come with is an EDgun fill probe. This also fill another anybody that has an 8mm fill probe requirement. The back of the thread here is 1/8 BSPP. So if you want to use, say, a Foster fitting, like your gun fills off a Foster fitting, or if you want to use multiple fills, different fill probes for different guns you have, and you want to put a Foster fitting so you have a quick detach, you can do it. And remember that the air bleeds out from this section forward, so you're able to move out under pressure any fill probe you want if you have a Foster fitting. So like I said, this is a 1/8 BSPP. Underneath this, when you guys take off the fill probe, if you decide to use a Foster fitting, remember that there is going to be a small Delrin seal, and that Delrin seal needs to be all the way seated to the body of the Peazy in order to ensure that it is sealed. All right, looking at the back, we're going to have an O-ring. That O-ring is going to seal your bottle, so it's very important that you make sure that it's in place. No real reason to lube it. It's already pre-lubed from the factory. The locking ring is designed to prevent accidental activation of your trigger while it's in the backpack, which would be catastrophic if you're away from your car and waste all your air. So they thought about that. So if you look at the back of the lug, you can see that there's a cutout and a flat spot. That spot's going to go down just like this, guys. So as we look at the back of the Peazy and we look at the lock ring, you can see the small cutout. Make sure that you ensure that that's down. The next step that you're going to do is locate this indexing pin. This indexing pin right here is going to be what the stop is for the lock ring. So if you can look at how this goes together, you can see here that this little cutout moves back and forth on this lock ring. So this would be locked. As you can see, it holds the trigger down, or it holds the trigger from moving, and this is going to be free so that you can fill your gun. So we have found the easiest way to assemble this, move this box out of the way, is just to leave it upright, making sure that your indexing mark is in your indexing pin. And I'm going to go off camera for just a second here so you guys can see it. Remember, it's always easier to go counterclockwise first. Hear that click of your thread, which indicates that your thread is indexing properly. And it should be 2 fingers to thread this together, guys. We do not, if you feel force, you're cross-threading. Remember that the Peazy is a M18 thread, so if you have your own bottle with an M18, no problem, it'll fit. All right, so before we tighten it all the way down, let's make sure that our lock ring works. You can see it indexes and clicks. So this would be locked, and this is going to be free. Final step is just to hand tight. We don't need tools because the O-ring does the sealing, not pressure. If you guys remember from my other video, the Peazy and the Easy both have an adjustment on here. There's a lock ring or a lock screw right here, an adjustment screw. So if your Peazy is not releasing all the way, go ahead and reference that other video, and we'll put the link in the description of how to adjust your Easy Fill. So it works exactly the same way. So filling it is simple. All you're going to do is either use your supplied fill probe or your other EDgun fill probe. You're going to place in the fill probe, making sure that both O-rings are fully captured, and you're going to fill your Peazy in the exact same way. Okay, now you can fill, obviously, your pressure to whatever your gun is, or excuse me, your bottle is rated at. So you can check your pressure gauge right here. It's going to be listed in bars, incidentally. If you have a compressor, you can fill it the same way. So to use this on a gun, what you're essentially going to do is use it exactly the same way as you would your fill whip. And you can see it wastes very little air. When you're done filling, remove it, rotate the lock ring so it can't activate, and put it in your backpack. All right, guys, so I hope that helps explain exactly the Peazy, what its use is, why I think it's cool and an amazing addition to any air gun, not just an EDgun. And if you guys have any questions, as always, throw them in the comments. Hit us up at sales@EDgunWest. Go to our website, or even just give us a call. We still answer the phone. All right, guys, see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.